Welcome to Tao-English. In this video, we will learn 60 phrases in 20 minutes.
Come by.
Come by.
Come by.
Come by.
To acquire.
To acquire.
I came by some valuable information today.
I came by some valuable information today.
Come down.
Come down.
Come down.
Come down.
To descend.
To descend.
Come down from the hill safely.
Come down from the hill safely.
Come down to.
Come down to.
Come down to.
Come down to.
To amount to.
To amount to.
The total cost will come down to $100.
The total cost will come down to $100.
Come in for.
Come in for.
Come in for.
Come in for.
To receive.
To receive.
We'll come in for a lot of criticism.
We'll come in for a lot of criticism.
Come off.
Come off.
Come off.
Come off.
To detach.
To detach.
I hope the event will come off without a hitch.
I hope the event will come off without a hitch.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
To progress.
To progress.
Come on, we don't have much time left.
Come on, we don't have much time left.
Come out.
Come out.
Come out.
Come out.
To be revealed.
To be revealed.
The truth will eventually come out.
The truth will eventually come out.
Come through.
Come through.
Come through.
Come through.
To succeed.
To succeed.
I knew you would come through this challenge.
I knew you would come through this challenge.
Come to.
Come to.
Come to.
Come to.
To regain consciousness.
To regain consciousness.
He fainted but quickly came to after a minute.
He fainted but quickly came to after a minute.
Come up.
Come up.
Come up.
Come up.
To arise or appear.
To arise or appear.
A great opportunity will come up soon.
A great opportunity will come up soon.
Come up against.
Come up against.
Come up against.
Come up against.
To encounter obstacles.
To encounter obstacles.
We may come up against unexpected challenges.
We may come up against unexpected challenges.
Come up to.
Come up to.
Come up to.
Come up to.
To approach.
To approach.
Your performance should come up to our standards.
Your performance should come up to our standards.
Come up with.
Come up with.
Come up with.
Come up with.
To invent or suggest.
To invent or suggest.
Can you come up with a creative solution?
Can you come up with a creative solution?
In common.
In common.
In common.
In common.
Shared characteristics.
Shared characteristics.
We have a lot in common, including our hobbies.
We have a lot in common, including our hobbies.
Beyond compare.
Beyond compare.
Beyond compare.
Beyond compare.
Unmatched.
Unmatched.
Her beauty is beyond compare.
Her beauty is beyond compare.
Compare to.
Compare to.
Compare to.
Compare to.
To liken to.
To liken to.
Let's compare apples to oranges.
Let's compare apples to oranges.
By comparison.
By comparison.
By comparison.
By comparison.
When contrasted.
When contrasted.
The two products are cheap by comparison.
The two products are cheap by comparison.
In comparison with.
In comparison with.
In comparison with.
In comparison with.
When contrasted with.
When contrasted with.
This phone is excellent in comparison with others.
This phone is excellent in comparison with others.
Be composed of.
Be composed of.
Be composed of.
Be composed of.
To be made up of.
To be made up of.
The salad is composed of various vegetables.
The salad is composed of various vegetables.
As far as be concerned.
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 Regarding a specific aspect.
Regarding a specific aspect.
As far as I am concerned, the project is going well.
As far as I am concerned, the project is going well.
On condition that.
On condition that.
On condition that.
On condition that.
With the requirement that.
With the requirement that.
You can use the car on condition that you fill it up with gas.
You can use the car on condition that you fill it up with gas.
Out of condition.
Out of condition.
Out of condition.
Out of condition.
Not in good health or shape.
Not in good health or shape.
The old car is out of condition and needs repairs.
The old car is out of condition and needs repairs.
In confidence.
In confidence.
In confidence.
In confidence.
With trust and secrecy.
With trust and secrecy.
She shared the secret in confidence with her best friend.
She shared the secret in confidence with her best friend.
Take into one's confidence.
Take into one's confidence.
Take into one's confidence.
Take into one's confidence.
To trust and confide in.
To trust and confide in.
He decided to take into his confidence his most loyal friend.
He decided to take into his confidence his most loyal friend.
In conjunction with.
In conjunction with.
In conjunction with.
In conjunction with.
Together with.
Together with.
The two teams worked in conjunction with each other.
The two teams worked in conjunction with each other.
In connection with.
In connection with.
In connection with.
In connection with.
Related to.
Related to.
I have some information in connection with the case.
I have some information in connection with the case.
In conscience.
In conscience.
In conscience.
In conscience.
With a clear conscience.
With a clear conscience.
He acted in all conscience in that situation.
He acted in all conscience in that situation.
On one's conscience.
On one's conscience.
On one's conscience.
On one's conscience.
Causing guilt or regret.
Causing guilt or regret.
The accident weighed heavily on his conscience.
The accident weighed heavily on his conscience.
By common consent.
By common consent.
By common consent.
By common consent.
With unanimous agreement.
With unanimous agreement.
The decision was made by common consent of the group.
The decision was made by common consent of the group.
In consequence.
In consequence.
In consequence.
In consequence.
As a result.
As a result.
He missed the deadline and in consequence faced consequences.
He missed the deadline and in consequence faced consequences.
In consequence of.
In consequence of.
In consequence of.
In consequence of.
Because of.
Because of.
The event was cancelled in consequence of bad weather.
The event was cancelled in consequence of bad weather.
In consideration of.
In consideration of.
In consideration of.
In consideration of.
Considering.
Considering.
In consideration of your request, we will proceed.
In consideration of your request, we will proceed.
Take into consideration.
Take into consideration.
Take into consideration.
Take into consideration.
Consider.
Consider.
Please take into consideration the budget constraints.
Please take into consideration the budget constraints.
On the contrary.
On the contrary.
On the contrary.
On the contrary.
Opposite viewpoint.
Opposite viewpoint.
I expected rain. On the contrary, it was sunny.
I expected rain. On the contrary, it was sunny.
To the contrary.
To the contrary.
To the contrary.
To the contrary.
In contrast.
In contrast.
His actions are to the contrary of what he says.
His actions are to the contrary of what he says.
By contrast.
By contrast.
By contrast.
By contrast.
In comparison.
In comparison.
By contrast, the new model is faster.
By contrast, the new model is faster.
In contrast to.
In contrast to.
In contrast to.
In contrast to.
Compared to.
Compared to.
Our product is affordable in contrast to our competitors.
Our product is affordable in contrast to our competitors.
In control.
In control.
In control.
In control.
Managing.
Managing.
The manager is in control of the project.
The manager is in control of the project.
Out of control.
Out of control.
Out of control.
Out of control.
Unmanageable.
Unmanageable.
The situation is out of control and chaotic.
The situation is out of control and chaotic.
Under control.
Under control.
Under control.
Under control.
Managed.
Managed.
With his guidance, the team is under control.
With his guidance, the team is under control.
To the core.
To the core.
To the core.
To the core.
Completely.
Completely.
He is dedicated to the core to his job.
He is dedicated to the core to his job.
At all costs.
At all costs.
At all costs.
At all costs.
Regardless of expense.
Regardless of expense.
We must succeed at all costs to achieve our goal.
We must succeed at all costs to achieve our goal.
At the cost of.
At the cost of.
At the cost of.
At the cost of.
Resulting in harm.
Resulting in harm.
He achieved success, but at the cost of his health.
He achieved success, but at the cost of his health.
Keep one's own counsel.
Keep one's own counsel.
Keep one's own counsel.
Keep one's own counsel.
Keep secrets.
Keep secrets.
She decided to keep her own counsel about the issue.
She decided to keep her own counsel about the issue.
Count against.
Count against.
Count against.
Count against.
Negative consideration.
Negative consideration.
This mistake will count against your performance review.
This mistake will count against your performance review.
Count down.
Count down.
Count down.
Count down.
Decrease or recite.
Decrease or recite.
Count down from 10 to 1 before launching the rocket.
Count down from 10 to 1 before launching the rocket.
Count in.
Count in.
Count in.
Count in.
Include.
Include.
We should count in all team members for this project.
We should count in all team members for this project.
Count on.
Count on.
Count on.
Count on.
Rely on.
Rely on.
You can count on him to complete the task.
You can count on him to complete the task.
Count out.
Count out.
Count out.
Count out.
Exclude.
Exclude.
Please count out the defective items.
Please count out the defective items.
Count up.
Count up.
Count up.
Count up.
Accumulate.
Accumulate.
Let's count up the total number of votes.
Let's count up the total number of votes.
In the course of.
In the course of.
In the course of.
In the course of.
During. In the process of.
During. In the process of.
In the course of our journey, we discovered hidden treasures.
In the course of our journey, we discovered hidden treasures.
In due course.
In due course.
In due course.
In due course.
Eventually, at the right time.
Eventually, at the right time.
Your hard work will be rewarded in due course.
Your hard work will be rewarded in due course.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
Naturally, obviously.
Naturally, obviously.
Of course, I'll help you with your project.
Of course, I'll help you with your project.
Cover for.
Cover for.
Cover for.
Cover for.
Provide an excuse or protection for.
Provide an excuse or protection for.
She agreed to cover for her colleague's absence.
She agreed to cover for her colleague's absence.
Cover up.
Cover up.
Cover up.
Cover up.
Hide, conceal.
Hide, conceal.
He tried to cover up his mistake, but it was obvious.
He tried to cover up his mistake, but it was obvious.
Take cover.
Take cover.
Take cover.
Take cover.
Find shelter or protection.
Find shelter or protection.
When the storm came, we had to take cover in the cave.
When the storm came, we had to take cover in the cave.
Undercover.
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 Hidden, concealed.
Hidden, concealed.
The spy operated undercover to gather information.
The spy operated undercover to gather information.
Crack down.
Crack down.
Crack down.
Crack down.
Enforce laws or regulations.
Enforce laws or regulations.
The government decided to crack down on illegal activities.
The government decided to crack down on illegal activities.
Crack up.
Crack up.
Crack up.
Crack up.
Burst into laughter, break down.
Burst into laughter, break down.
The comedian's jokes made the audience crack up.
The comedian's jokes made the audience crack up.
Crawl with.
Crawl with.
Crawl with.
Crawl with.
Be filled with.
Be filled with.
The picnic area crawled with ants.
The picnic area crawled with ants.